So guys, normally on a Friday we're doing our shipping video, but this week I decided to do something a little bit different. And instead of looking at the custom guitars that we built the previous week that are shipping around the world, we're going to look at one of each of all our models, all our stock guitars. So we pulled these out of stock, and typically in stock we carry 200 or 300 guitars at any one time. And while that sounds like a lot, it's actually not that many when you start to divide it down by all the different models that we have, the different colors, finishes, veneers, inlays, all those different things. So it's still really hard for us to keep a representative range of our guitars. And that's why we have the 3D builder, because it gives you that option to be able to go in there, visualize a guitar, design it exactly to your needs, and see what it does. But I just thought it'd be nice to take you on a walk through the entire Emerald range. And so we're going to look at our 6-string guitars, our slimline instruments. We've got all our 12-string range, and we've quite a considerable range of 12 strings. And some of the more alternative guitars, like the 7-string baritone and nylon X20 and the beautiful Kestrel. Then we're going to look at the Chimera double neck, the Valor basses, harp guitars, and the last then the Solace. So that'll give you a really good insight into some of the ergonomics and features of these guitars, and I'm just going to briefly touch on some of the details. Now, what I wanted to talk about is if you're new to the Emerald range, you may have heard that we build our guitars from carbon fiber. So while you see a lot of wood veneers on the top of all these guitars, they are veneers, they're visual veneers. But the core material that we build guitars from is carbon fiber. We build up a guitar with multiple layers. It could be anything from 3 layers of carbon to 6 or 7 layers of carbon in different areas in the guitar for different purposes. We use that for structure, we use that for tonal properties, and there's some other materials that are put in there as well. So we have 2 different types of finish. There's the traditional black fiber that we have here. We also have the vibrant weave as well, and this is a fiber that's been finished with a silver metal finish over the top of it, and that's what gives you these really bright finishes, like you see here in the pink and the vibrant blue. And it's a really nice way for us to give you a nice bright color. Anytime that you see the color on the carbon here, it's generally the transparent color over the black carbon, and it gives you a dark finish. So with the vibrant, it gives you that really nice bright one. So wood veneers, you'll see wood veneers on the top of the guitars, and a wood veneer is a piece of real wood that's been sliced from a tree, and it's sliced really thin. So it's 0.6 millimeters thick. So it's really quite thin, and we sand most of this away. So we mold this. It goes into the mold during the molding stage. The carbon fiber is all layered up on behind it. Everything is put under high vacuum. The resin is then infused into the laminate, and basically the wood becomes one with the carbon laminate. All the pores are infused with resin. It solidifies it, stabilizes it, and then you get all the structural benefits of the carbon fiber, and you get the natural beauty of the wood. So it's bringing those 2 worlds together, but really those veneers are there for aesthetic purposes. But what that allows us to do is use some really exotic, beautiful veneers that you would normally only see, or woods that you would normally only see on the back of guitars. Things like royal ebony, you'd never see that on the top of a guitar, or cocobolo. You know, cocobolo is used quite a lot in instrument building, but normally only on the back and sides. But here we get to put those really beautiful figured woods on the front of a guitar because it's there for visual purposes. So that's what has given us such an unusual range of guitars. We don't have just an unusual range of physical instruments, but also the finishes that we get to do them on. So hopefully this video will really give you a little bit more insight into different finishes, different body styles, and maybe help you if you're trying to choose just what is the right guitar for you. Because it is a little bit daunting whenever you go in there and you see 24, 25 different models and you're trying to work which one is right for me. So we'll break it down. First of all, we'll look at the 6-string guitars. So we have the X7, X10, X20, X20 lefty, and the X30. So you'll kind of see that there's a pattern in our sizing, X7 being the smallest, X30 being the biggest. So that makes it really easy. So starting with the X7, it's our smallest body, a really nice compact body style. It's actually also a shorter scale, so we call this our parlor size or travel guitar. And it's a really nice compact body that we actually supply in a gig bag. That nice compact proportions and smaller headstock as well really makes it fit very nicely, say if you're taking a backpacking, or a lot of people have these and keep them on their boat and various different things like that. But so X7 has those really nice contours. You're going to see that across the full range. How we have this extended neck access here. We modified those heels a number of years ago and did away with the heel block altogether and taking the neck right up in here. It does two things. One is obviously it gives you a lot more access for your thumb, but also it creates a very stiff area. With the way the carbon kind of creates a T-section here, it creates an awful lot of stiffness, and so it gives you great structure and great ergonomic benefit. You're also going to see across our range this asymmetrical side, the bevels here and the forearm bevel. So those little contours that really work well. So the X7 is the smallest in the range, the 24-inch scale. Then we have the X10, sort of slightly similar body size, just slightly bigger in proportions. Still really nice ergonomic design. A little bit more of a bevel here on the side to make it just a little bit more comfortable that way. But the main difference of this, it's 25.5-inch scale, and it has a slimmer neck profile. So it's a 1 11/16 nut width. Really nice slim C profile, and gives you more of that kind of electric guitar sound. You'll go on there, you'll see that the X10 comes with a lot of different pickup systems. This one's got the Ellerbags element, but we also do them with the Cribo humbucker, with the adjustable bridges and MIDI as well. So then we have the core of our range is the X20. The X20 is that really nice middle ground. It's about the size of a traditional dreadnought size guitar. Gives you all those great ergonomics, so it feels really nice and compact. And it's got a really nice balance between sort of bass, mid and treble. It's a great finger picker, great strummer, just a really great all-around guitar, and that's why it's become our best seller. It's 1 3/4-inch nut width, 25.5-inch scale length. It's got that great offset sound hole, like you see in all the models here, that projects the sound up towards the player. And this one finished in red quilted maple, the vibrant red back and sides. Absolutely looks amazing. So the X20 is the one model that we offer as well. Well, there's two models. There's also the Amicus, but it's the only 6-string model that we offer as a lefty. And it's slightly different than this because this is the traditional or the original X20 that we designed as a lefty. We updated the X20 mold about a couple of years ago, but we actually haven't yet updated the lefty mold. So you'll see some of the slightly different features on here. It's got a heel design, but still most of it has those nice ergonomic proportions. This one's finished in a really nice redwood burl and an amber back and sides. Then we go up to the big jumbo. So if you're looking for a really big sounding guitar, the only way to give you that really big full bassy sound is building a large body. And with the X30, it's got a huge sound. Really, it has such big thunderous bass, but a really nice balance across the register as well. But it's all down to the ergonomics, the design, and what carbon fiber allows us to do with how we build a guitar. And it's got a fantastic sculpted body. So while it's a really big jumbo, it actually feels really compact. There was somebody I just saw posting about how the X30 is the biggest guitar that they have, but also it's the most comfortable guitar that they have. This one's Royal Ebony, finished in transparent green carbon back and sides, and beautiful gold hardware. So from the big jumbos, we're going into our slimline guitars, and we have 3 here, well actually 4, I'm going to count a 12 string. But basically what this is a slimmed down version of the X10. We took the X10 body, it seemed like the perfect size to do this with, and we made it about half the thickness. So if we just have a look at the 2 side by side, the regular X10 and then the slimline. But both with exactly the same visual appearance on front and back. But what that does is just gives you a really nice slim body. If you prefer more of a slim body design, maybe coming from more of an electric guitar point of view, then this works really, really well. So as a stage guitar, absolutely beautiful. But it still has a really great acoustic projection as well. So you don't really lose as much as you might think for being half the thickness. Certainly doesn't give up half the tone or volume. In terms of volume, it's very, very similar to the full-size X10. So same proportions, slim body, comes in a whole range of different pickup systems. But this one is finished in with the LR Bags pickup system, flame maple, and red carbon back and sides. So that's the steel string version, and then the nylon slimline has been very popular recently. And yeah, I think there's been a great move towards nylon string guitars, and you know, things like Polyphia and the work that they've done with the nylon slimline guitars. It's really kind of brought this whole thing to a fore. But this is a fantastic version of it. Beautiful in this Koa veneer on the top. I absolutely love that. And an amber back and sides. But slimline nylon guitar, really fantastic. If you're looking for a nylon guitar for stage, then this is a great option. And this one comes with the Graphtec piezos and adjustable bridge, and that beautiful slotted headstock. So check that out. But this is the Virtuo, and this is quite different than a lot of the guitars in our range because it takes us a big step into the electric guitar world. So really it's that hybrid crossover guitar. It's got the combination between the Fishman Fluence humbuckers. It's got the Graphtec adjustable piezos. It's got 13-pin MIDI here. It's an incredibly versatile guitar. Comes in that beautiful slim body, but it is an acoustic guitar. You know, it's got the electric guitar pickups, but still it is an acoustic guitar. So that comes out really beautifully through the tonality of this instrument. Really full of air and beautiful sounding and tonal guitar. This one, Vibrant pink, silver rings, vibrant pink back and sides. That's a stunner. So then the last one in those slim range, and these are all based out of the same mold, got the exact same body proportions, but this is a 12-string version. Now, if you go onto the Emerald Guitars website, you're not going to find an X10 slimline 12-string as a specific model, but we have built a few of them for stock, just to kind of test our way with them a little bit. We've been asked to do them from time to time, and really something quite cool. So if you're looking for a stage 12-string, these are a really nice option. This one finished in the vibrant blue with chrome hardware. So the other thing that I'll say as well about the slimline guitars is I think they just give you that little bit of extra stability on stage. You know, if you're playing in a very loud environment, feedback is always an issue. Whenever you're moving air out of a guitar, the more acoustic performance you get out of an instrument, the harder it is a little bit for amplification. So I'm sure you've experienced that, like maybe in a big jumbo, it's going to be that little bit harder. You just have to be a little bit more careful on how you're handling that on stage. But the slimline guitars just give you a little bit more freedom, a little bit more stability, and definitely great stage power. So from the slimline, we're going into the full range of 12-string guitars. And why do we do so many 12-string guitars? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if you count the Chimera, I guess that's 8 12 strings. And that's a lot of 12-string instruments to have on any range, but really it's down to the great benefits that carbon fiber gives us. Carbon allows us to build something that is structurally strong, stable, not affected by temperature and humidity, gives us great tonal benefits. That in turn allows us to build a neck that's very accurate. We can have a slightly lower action on a 12-string guitar. We know it's going to stay like that. It's not going to keep going out of tune. And there's just so many benefits to building a 12-string guitar from carbon fiber. So that's just something that we've loved doing over the years. We just keep expanding it, and it's been a very successful part of our business. So we do the X7 12-string. So again, just same range as we have on our 6 strings, but on 12 strings. So that smaller parlor size guitar and a 24-inch scale, so shorter scale length on a 12 string. This one with the vibrant amber back and sides and the Powell ferro veneer. Then we've got our X20 12 string, and this one is finished in candy stripe Paduk, and really nice playable 12 string with great full bodied sound. It's 48.5 millimeters is what we do for our standard nut width, and amber back and sides on that one. We also do this in a lefty. So if you're looking for a lefty 12 string, X20 lefty 12 string, or the one that has actually become nearly the favorite this last while is the X30 12 string. People have been loving this. It's become very, very popular. It's a big jumbo body in a 12 string, so it just has a huge, big, full sound. this is a really fun part of what we do as well, the amicus. This is an instrument that just brings such a different tone into play. It's we call it the mandolin for the guitar players because it's got that mandolin kind of tonality. It's an 18-inch scale. It's tuned up to D, so it's same as having a capo on the 10th fret of your guitar, and just gives you a really absolutely stunning sound. So full and rich, and such a great thing to look at. So we do the amicus in right-handed, as always, and then we also did an amicus lefty. It was a special request a few years ago for a customer, and we made a mold just to be able to build one guitar for him. We also made it in a more updated design, using some things like our extended neck access and the contours of the body. So that's why it's quite different from the right-handed version. Who knows, someday we might update the other amicus to this kind of design, but you know, it's just so good, it really doesn't need changed. So that's the left-handed amicus, if you're a left-handed player. So it's nice to be able to accommodate for left-handed players as well. If 6 strings aren't enough for you, then what about 7? This is the 7-string fan fret. It's based on our X20 and slightly modified design, some little slightly different contours than on the X20, and it's got fan frets, which means it's a 27-inch scale on the bass side, 25.5 on the treble. Reason for doing that is the extra low B string here. We have 2 ways that we can go about getting tension on that. We can either do a really heavy string, or we can do a reasonably heavy string and a longer scale. So this is I think it's a 70 gauge string here, but has really nice tension on it whenever we go up to 27-inch scale. So really nice instrument, gives you that baritone, low B. Baritone scale. So this is a full baritone guitar, tuned B to B, 27-inch scale. Really nice balance and baritone between tension and playability. So 27-inch scale I think is the nice sweet point for a baritone. This one's Clara Walnut, black carbon back and sides, and it's a stunner. So we don't do a lot of baritone guitars, but if you like that lower range, certainly, you know, think about a baritone, and we've loved having those over the years. Nylon guitars. So we looked at the slimline nylon there. This is our X20 nylon, and this has been our sort of our traditional nylon that we've done over the years, if you can call anything we do traditional. But this is the one that we've been doing for a long time, and it's got that beautiful slotted headstock. It's kind of our signature on our nylon guitars. This one's finished in vibrant purple, and it's a beauty. Kestrel is a beautiful thing in our lineup. Quite different than all our regular guitars, but it's a floating bridge. It's got this beautiful floating tailpiece here, and it's a wonderful archtop guitar. So carbon fiber again, but with nice ergonomics. It's got, this one has royal ebony on the top, finished in blue, the beautiful F holes. We've got Crevo humbucker, and yeah, that's a stunner. So whenever I was designing this guitar, really I was just thinking about aesthetics. I love that very classic look of an F-hole guitar, of an archtop guitar, but then adding in the modern twist of the ergonomics that we were able to put in there. So it is an acoustic archtop, but also performs really well amplified. If you don't want to buy two guitars, but you want two necks, then the Chimera is a good option. It's like you buy one, get one free. You got fantastic 12-string, you got really great 6-string on there, and combined, the one kind of feeds into the other. You know, when you're playing the 6-string, you get the sympathetic resonance of the 12-string, so there's a real nice fullness to this guitar, even if you're only playing one neck at a time. It's got the Graphtec adjustable piezos on the 6-string. It's got a K&K undersaddle pickup here on the 12-string side. You can switch between the necks, independent volume controls, and that one just looks amazing. Finished in purple quilted maple and those amazing gold inlays and gold hardware. That's a stunner. Now, harp guitars. So we have three harp instruments. We have the Synergy Uke is the baby. We have the Synergy X7, which I don't actually have one in stock at the moment, so it's not represented here. And then we have the Synergy X20. Synergy X7 is our small powder-sized harp guitar. So based on our X7 design, it's got that 24-inch scale, really nice compact body, and has a really fantastic tone and playability. But we have the Synergy X20, which is, I guess, is our best-selling harp guitar in the range. Has a beautiful big body that gives a lot of bass, a lot of full response, and yeah, fantastic sounding instrument. And this one just looks stunning. Look at that, and that amazing royal ebony with transparent red and the Celtic knots on the fretboard. So basically with a harp guitar, you've got a regular neck, and then you've got these extra bass strings here. We call them sub basses, and you've got 6 of them here on this. They're all on individual Graphtec piezos, and what that does is gives you a really nice definition and balance between every pickup and output. So it kind of keeps that separation which you need in the harp guitar. It works really, really well. Vibrant red back and sides on that one, and it's a wonderful thing to play and to look at. Which is a Synergy Uke. So the same kind of design and style, but based on a tenor ukulele. So a tenor ukulele on the neck, 4 extra strings, and yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun. These vibrant amber back and sides, Koa top, beautiful.
It's wonderful, it's marvelous that you should care for me.
So the Ballard we've been doing for quite a while, We offer it in 4-string and 5-string, and we're soon going to be offering it in a 6-string. We're working on that at the moment. We offer it in fretted or fretless, and it's just a really cool instrument. So this really shows off the ergonomics of what we do to its highest degree. You know, it's the biggest instrument in our range, and it's funny, I was actually just doing a little test there a couple of weeks ago, sitting with a baller on my knee, the size of this big instrument, and then sitting with a dreadnought guitar, a traditional dreadnought on my knee. And this actually feels more comfortable, weirdly enough, with how big it is. It's still, because of the contours, it's got this really great asymmetrical side, very much designed for playing when you're sitting down, but you can also play with it on a strap. It's got this bevel that really sits and hugs into your ribs here, allows you to sit and tuck into your body very nicely, and then the big arm bevel. So it's got a lot of details that allow us to make a really big instrument. Gives you that big bassy sound, but makes it still playable, and that's important. You don't want to make something that has a great sound but just is horrible to play. So this is that really nice balance. Great tone, enough acoustic volume to be able to be heard with playing on an acoustic jam with other guitars, and also plugs in and amplifies really well as well. So that's the 4-string. We have a beautiful 5-string version. This is one of the Co.Donegal veneer, and amber back and sides. So I think 5 strings is kind of the most popular for our acoustic basses. Over the years we've done a lot more 5s than we have 4s, but as I say, very soon we're going to have the 4, 5 and 6. So looking forward to that. The last one we have here, something quite different in our range, and this is the Solace. So the Solace is our Weissenborn style lap slide guitar. So you play it on your lap and play it with a slide, and it just gives the most wonderful haunting music. I love it when I hear these played. Sounds so good. This one's finished in candy stripe Padauk with a red carbon back and sides, and yeah, really nice to have that in the range. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into all the different guitars. And when I'm thinking about designing guitars, I'm thinking about having a range of guitars that everyone has a specific purpose. You know, hopefully what I've done there in a relatively fast snapshot has helped you understand that each guitar has a specific purpose. You know, they're not just overlapping each other. You know, so if you're looking for that smaller body of the X7, the full-sized guitar like the X20 or the big jump or the X30, they all give you a different sound, different playing experience, and serve a different purpose in your guitar collection. And that's the great thing about it. You know, we don't just do one type of thing. So that's why we have so many people come back for more. You know, we cater for the different needs of a guitar player. So if you're interested in an Emerald, these guitars that we just looked at are all available currently in our stock section, as are a couple of hundred more. But if you can't find anything that you really like there, go in and look in the 3D Builder. What the 3D Builder also does, which is really cool, is it allows you to manipulate and move the guitar. You can zoom in, you can see all those contours that I've just been talking about. You can see all the bevels, and that's a really helpful thing to just understand the differences, as well as being able to see all the visual differences as well when you add in the different colors and veneers and inlays, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So go in and have a look there. But thanks for watching. A little bit different this week. We'll probably be back again next week with our standard normal shipping video. But yeah, hopefully that's been educational. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.